Do you want a bra that's sexy or do you want a bra that's comfortable? Well, that was a trick question because I know you want a bra that's both. And now you can have that thanks to Third Love. Third Love was started to take all the frustration and the ick and the ugh out of bra shopping. That's why they make solutions for every bra problem, aka Brablems. They put every style through hours of wear testing on real women, including themselves, before it's given the stamp of boob approval. This means that comfort and support are guaranteed. And ladies, at Third Love, size doesn't matter. Whether you're a double A cup or an H cup, their virtual fitting room will help you find your perfect fit fast. They even invented half cups, which is pretty genius. So no more feeling stuck between two cup sizes that don't fit. It's time to get your problems solved. Visit thirdlove.com and get $15 off your order with code PODCAST15.
We have bad seasons of our life, but sometimes maybe this season's going to be my season. We have to normalize liking somebody one season and maybe not liking them the next.
What's up, guys? Hope you all had an amazing Easter. Welcome back to On Display. I've missed you all so much, although I was enjoying the Florida sun for the last 5 days. And I have to say, I did not miss New Jersey at all because it was 80 degrees and sunny every single day in Boca Raton, Florida. Fun fact about me that I don't know if everybody knows, but I literally went to Boca High, when I was like 16 and 17. So it's funny to be out there as an adult. I love South Florida so much better as an adult than I did as a 16-year-old girl because I just wanted to move back to New Jersey. But anyway, that was just a side note for all my people out there that didn't know I went to Boca High School for 2 years. I had an amazing Easter. How beautiful is it in Florida for Easter? It was really, really amazing. I hope you guys had an amazing Easter also. You know, isn't it funny that Easter is literally like in March? It's so weird that it happens so early. I think I'm just so used to Easter being in like April. When it lands in March, I feel like that's like my birthday month. So it's like strange to have Easter and my birthday in the same month, right? Like, I just kind of think it's a little weird. One thing I think it's so funny about Easter is the fact that, first of all, my mother, Donna Marco, was with me in Florida. And like, she still gives my kids the exact same things that she gave me, like the Peeps, the Cadbury eggs. It's like, soon as Easter's coming around, like the Cadbury egg still has the same exact commercial that it did like 20 years ago. I think it's crazy. And first of all, they're like, ugh, I'm not a fan at all. So I think you have to be a special person if you love a Cadbury egg. But yeah, I love Peeps though. I'm all about the Peeps. My mother has been giving me Peeps since I was a small child, and I don't like them fresh. I have to open the package and really let them get hard. That's what I do, or else I don't enjoy them. I put them in the freezer or I put them in the fridge, but I keep them so they are no longer in like that plastic. I want them to get hard before I eat them, because if you don't do that, guys, you have no idea what you're missing. It literally makes such a big difference. So I'm sure you ate all your Peeps already, but if you didn't, I think you should try that for next year. So anyway, I hope you guys had a great Easter, great Passover. You're ready for a new week. And for today, this week, we're going to do a little rewind from a really fun episode I did a while back. It was at the beginning of like the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce hookup. And it was when all the shakeups were going on in the housewives world. And that was being talked about all over the place. So I had the guy who is in all the know when it comes to Bravo and celebrities, Ryan Bailey, on the show to share his opinions on all of these things. And I played a fun little game with Ryan where we got to learn his favorites of the Housewives franchises. So here it is. Enjoy. I think you're going to love this one. All right, guys, I am so looking forward to this podcast. This one's going to be super fun. This guy is one of the pop culture people today. And I mean, anything you want to know about anything, he's got all the scoop. He's the host of the So Bad It's Good podcast on Betch's Media. And I have him on today to give us all of the latest when it comes to reality TV, Bravo drama, and just Hollywood in general. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Ryan Bailey. What's up, Ryan?
Melissa, this is like a vision board moment that I heard you say my name. I never when I was watching you record On Display on Real Housewives of New Jersey, I never in a million years thought you would ever say my name. So thank you for having me. I'm just over the moon about this.
Oh my God, I love you. I love it. It's so fun. On Display, that was fun. Did you watch me record that live by the piano? I'll never forget those. Season 3, baby. You can't go wrong with season 3. First season, it's just one of those things, you know?
We need a full, but like a VH1 behind the music of your like On Display of just from now, like it's been how many years since, and we could have Joey, you talk about the goings on, you know, behind the scenes, your children. I mean, this really moved the needle in terms of not just music, but Bravo Celebrity songs. I mean, it really is in the top 3 pantheon of Bravo Celebrity songs.
You know, I really think it is too. Everywhere I go, just so you know, people just yell On Display to me all the time. So it's
of course.
It stuck. It was meant to be catchy and fun, and I think it worked. It was like, I want to say 13 years ago right now. 13
That's
years
insane.
ago. Yes, because my little one, I'll never forget, was like crawling on the floor. He was born in 2010. I mean, we're about to be in 2024 pretty soon, right? So
no.
I know,
Oh
but that's how many years ago On Display in season 3 was. It's insane. Anyway, so listen, I know that you're an actor, you're a producer, you're a podcast host. How did you decide to like jump into the whole podcast game? How did that happen for you?
Well, literally, I mean, it was, listen, an actor, I've been in like The Office, How I Met Your Mother, and like acting roles and things like that. It's a really, really tough industry. But what I always loved, I loved reality television and pop culture since I was a little kid. I just didn't think you could make any possible money at all talking about these shows or talking about these things that I loved. And also, I'm a straight dude. So to like these shows has always been like this secret shame where I would talk to like my guy friends, their girlfriends and wives about the shows where they would watch sports. So this was something that I always genuinely loved. And then during like the pandemic or right before, I started doing this show, So Bad It's Good, and just talked about all of this stuff that I so loved. And so many people love these shows as well, as you know, and it kind of just grew and then grew and grew. And finally, you know, just signed with Betches and we just moved the show over to there a couple of weeks ago. But this is like my dream. I get to watch these shows and talk about them on a daily basis. I get to talk about the Kardashians. I get to talk about music. I get to talk about Travis. I get to talk about Taylor Swift at the Kansas City Chiefs game yesterday. I mean, this is pop culture is just amazing.
Oh, and we're going to talk about all of that. And I think, especially when it comes to like the Bravo shows, I appreciate that you're giving us your opinions and, you know, talking about the shows and the drama and all of that. I think that's what makes it so interesting, by the way. You should be on Watch What Happens Live. Have you ever been on Watch What Happens Live as like a guest with Andy yet?
No, God, Melissa, but I will tell you, I got to see it. I went to a taping today just a couple hours ago. I just went to my first taping of Watch What Happens Live.
Who was on?
Well, it was Jessel and Kate Chastain. They pre-filmed it.
Yes.
But I was just over the moon. Like, I mean, you guys are like superheroes to me. Like, I can't really stress that enough. And I love to joke about you guys and get into all the drama of it. But at the end of the day, I have such love and appreciation for Bravo and what all of this ecosystem that it's created. I've made my best friends through watching these shows. I mean, so many great things have happened because of these shows. That's why I hate when it gets so dramatic, especially with your show. There's like wars going on, like fandoms battle each other. It scares the crap out of me, the fandom sometimes, because at the end of the day, I'm like, wait, aren't we all just kind of laughing and we like just take such intense sides? And I see it a lot with your show.
Our show is bananas when it comes to that, especially like the one side. And I know you know what I'm saying here, but like it's very obvious where a lot of those stories like are curated and they're kind of like fixed into their own little bubbles and like shot out. And it's like they're never what you actually are going to go ahead and watch on the show. It's always a slight twist different. It's always like, it's like to try to get your brain to think one thing's happening. When you watch the show, usually it's the complete opposite that has happened. That's what we tend, and that's what even our producers notice on our show, and they get so frustrated with it because it just gets like regurgitated to these like little bloggers and like all of this to like kind of be put out on social media. And it's completely opposite of what really happened.
I mean,
it's insanity.
I joke about it all the time on my show. I just joked about it today. I said, I get scared to talk about Jersey because it becomes this whole different thing.
I get it.
It's like, my God, like, and I appreciate, especially Jersey is, you know, you guys have this foundation of family, all housewives, like Salt Lake has religion. You guys have family. Beverly Hills has like over the top, like wealth and costuming and things of that.
Right.
But it's just so intense when you deal in family, as you know, it seems like it just creates this ripple effect of kind of a negativity in a way that I get scared to enter that fray because I'm like, can't we just have a laugh here and
Thank
you know, have your sides? But like, also, is it crazy that I kind of like everybody at times?
No.
Like, do I have to pick a side?
You don't, because you can have an appreciation for what everyone brings differently to the show. And I think if you are a fan, right, of the Real Housewives of New Jersey, you know, we don't need to like don't hurt nobody, right? It's like you have to kind of like appreciate everybody's situation and appreciate the show as a whole. And I feel like sometimes Jersey gets a little tricky with that, and they didn't get the memo like the rest of the Housewives fans do. Do you know what I mean? It gets a little.
Oh, I know. I mean, every day I wake up, that's what it's cracks. You said the blogs. I like it's like the blog, like these blogs are always talking. And then I'm like, I wake up every day. There's some New Jersey news. And I'm like, is this true? Is this fake? What is going on? What's the real story? Can't we all get along? And every season it's the same way where you're like pulling your hair out. I mean, that reunion you guys just like did, the last reunion, I was freaking out, and it got insanely good ratings.
It did.
But it was like, I don't see how you guys throw yourselves into that year after year. Do you get a stomach ache every time you have to like go into a new season of filming?
Yes. Like I don't even know. Obviously we're in session right now. And it's without,
So
can't say too much, but it's a wild ride.
Of course. Yeah.
It's been a wild season, a wild ride. I think the fans are going to love this season too, but it's always a little different with Jersey, and that's just the way it is. But I think that's what makes us special, right? That's what makes, wait, so hold on. I have a little surprise for you.
Yeah.
First, show me what you were just showing me on your phone.
Okay.
Because this is hysterical to me.
You guys, I don't know if you, so I have a first edition of Joe Gorga's The Gorga Guide to Success. It is his book he wrote. I have a first edition copy. I've been carrying this around. Now I'm in New York. I usually live in Los Angeles, so that's where my copy is. But one day I'm hoping to meet Joey Gorga.
All right, Joe Gorga, come here, babe. I might have.
Are you?
Joe
no,
Gorga he walked down the stairs. We're gonna have him say hi.
No,
pick up that phone and show him what you got. This is Ryan.
Are you? Oh, I have a first edition of your book, Mr. Gorga. The Gorga Guide to Success. Yes. I can't believe I'm talking to you.
How are you?
That's insane. I'm good. I was telling your wife that I'm just shocked to even be talking to her, but I've been watching you guys for so long, and I love everything. You crack me up like no other. And I'm just, I didn't even think I was going to be talking to you today. Melissa was just a dream to talk to her, but I get to see you in the flesh. It's amazing.
Thank you so much.
How was, you just officiated a wedding?
I did.
Yeah.
How did it go? Was it good?
It went amazing. It really did, man.
He pulled that off. He pulled it off. It was also, you're going to see that on the show as well. But let me just tell you.
Tears, laughing. What's better than crying and laughing to like where your ribs hurt? It's awesome, really. It really was amazing. It was surreal. I loved it. I was nervous. Because it was my family, and I wanted to be special. And my uncle was he kind of put a little twist in it. He was a little nervous, so it made me uncomfortable. Stressed me out all day. He was, he thought I was going to say some crazy stuff, but I kept it sweet and nice, and it was great. It really was, man.
You didn't put your stand up in there, did you?
A little bit, yes. Right?
Well, that's what my uncle was nervous about. And I feel like he was like giving him a warning. He was like looking at him deep in his eyes, like, Joe, this is not stand up comedy. And he kind of threw Joe off for a minute.
He did. I was kind of like, I was worried because I didn't know what I was going to say in a way. Could it offend them? I mean, this is a one in a lifetime moment. This is their son's getting married. So, but it worked out great. He was so happy. He came up to me after. He was smiling, crying. So it was great. It really was.
And they will remember that for the rest of their life. You were part of the most special day for them. And that's what life's all about. That's amazing.
That's right. Yeah. And it was such an honor, man. They thought of me and they put me in there, and it was great. It was awesome. And it's my new job, my new job, my new career.
1-800 Joey Gorga official.
Yeah.
Not Joey Gorga, Father Joe.
Could you imagine?
1-800
It's
Father
like the new
Joe.
It's like Cameo. You can officiate wedding. You do your cameos and you can do officiant weddings. And and Joey, also, I love your Instagram. I need more photos of you with the cactus and the inspirational sayings.
I'm dead.
The inspiration. Joey will do the most amazing. He'll say like the most intense philosophy, and then it's a photo of him laying where the cactus looks like his dong, and it'll be like, a real man never says quit. And it's like, how many times has Melissa tried to get you to post new photos of yourself?
Oh my God.
It's always
like
the same 5 photos.
Are you living in this home somewhere? Are you hidden in my walls? Like, you literally,
I wish,
can't with him. I'm obsessed. Like, come over for dinner while you're in New York because.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
You know how much I yell at him for the penis cactus all the time, and he consistently puts it up with a new inspirational quote while he's making a cactus look like his penis.
It's either that one or the where he's looking dead at the camera where he's got the sexy look. He's like, and it'll be like, a mountain is only as big as you make it, and it's always like some inspirational quote. But I'm like, how many times have people try to get him to take new photos? He's using the same ones again and again, and I love it every time. I can't.
Yeah, but wait. But hold on. Right. She says the same thing, but you know why I do it? Because we're talking about it.
Oh,
you see that?
Smart switch.
He's like a Kardashian. He's a marketer. He's marketing himself.
Ryan?
It's
he's
amazing.
Marketing himself. That's what he's doing. But everything you say is what I say. I go, Joe, you have 1,000 photos. Why do we pick the same 3? Why do we pick the same 3? And he just likes those 3.
But I laugh at it every time. I laugh at it every time. But the trick part is it'll put an actual inspirational quote in there. It'll be something about life, but then it's the same photo. So it works humor, like it's funny, but then it actually makes you think.
See,
so
he's smart. This guy, this is why I love this guy. He knows what he's talking about.
We gotta get a bigger cactus next time too. We gotta get you back out in the desert with a bigger cactus and just up bigger and better.
That's what we're going to do, babe. You're going to drive her nuts. She's going to be like, oh my God, take that down. It sucks that she has my code. And sometimes, every once in a while,
I just delete it.
I put something up, it's gone. And I don't know. I don't check, 12 hours later. I'm like, check on my post. It's gone. She deleted it.
I'm like, nope, you spelled 5 words wrong. You put hyphens and commas where they don't belong. Who told you to go and post something on your own? And I have to delete it for him.
You know what the problem is? I'm losing my sight.
So
I need glasses. I need readers now. And I refuse to buy readers.
Oh.
So I'm
That's Leonardo DiCaprio, the actor. He's like dating a new 25-year-old right now. But then they had paparazzi photos with him with readers in the back of the limo. And I'm like, oh my God, we're getting to a point where we all need readers now. It sucks getting old and doing all the stuff that we saw our parents have to do. And I'm like, now I'm going to like Walgreens to get readers. That's insane.
Listen, I'll lose my sight. I'll lose everything. But as long as Tarzan keeps working, I'm good.
Oh my God.
Oh my, okay. Well,
all right.
Cue the cactus photo. We got the.
All right, Ryan.
We got Joey Gorga's greatest hits. That was
Ryan. I love you, man. Nice to see you, brother.
Dude, what an honor. Thanks,
he
dude.
just happened to walk in the room, and I'm like, wait, come here, come say hi.
If you're around October 14th, come to my comedy show. Come on, if you're around.
I actually will be here October 14th, so I will. And because Frank Catania's been on my show a bunch, and he razzes you all the time, so I cannot wait to come see your comedy show.
Send Melissa an email.
Also, Joe
all right?
should come on your podcast. He would love to do that.
Yeah, I'll come on your podcast.
Oh God, are you kidding me? That would be amazing, man. Like truly, we'll read from your book. I've got underlined passages.
Definitely. You got it, brother. Okay. Nice talking to you, man. You're the best, brother.
Bye, dude.
All right, man. See you later.
Have a great day.
I had to sprinkle in a little Joe Gorga for you because
Melissa. Oh my God, I feel like I would make a Wish Foundation or something. Like that's.
he pops his head in and he's like, "Oh, you're on the podcast." I'm like, "Wait, hold on, sit down. Give me a second because I'm going to have you say hi." Okay.
I was just listening to you guys do the podcast from a couple weeks ago where you all drank wine with family and you were just passing the mic around. And that reminded me so much of like when I put my family on the show all the time. And I was like very at home.
Right? Did you wait? What about the last 5 minutes of that podcast? It was from a couple weeks ago. To anyone who's listening, I did a podcast drinking wine with my fam. The last 5 minutes, we do the doo-doo song. Okay, it's like you have to. Were you listening to that? That was the funniest.
Yeah,
it was so funny. Those are the most fun podcasts, though, right? When you just kind of like be real, jump in there.
It feels like
unrehearsed,
and you get It feels like we know you better. Like it feels like then you feel like you're at home. That's why I always would have my parents on or family members, because it's like, well, this is my life. I want to share a little bit of that with you and how kind of silly it is. And it makes you appreciate your family in a different way when listeners will then comment about your family. Or, you know, I used to make my mom watch like housewives shows or Vanderpump Rules. And she'd be like, this is ridiculous. Are you like, my dad once freaked out watching an episode of Summer House because he was like, are you kidding me? They're all just sleeping with each other. He is he's half ashamed of me and half proud of me that I do this, but he's shocked when I make him watch any of your shows.
He's just like, is this television? Is this what television is now? Yes, it is.
This is what it's come to. Yeah.
Whether you hydrate to live or live to hydrate, Liquid IV quenches your thirst faster than water alone. With 3 times the electrolytes of the leading sports drink, plus 8 vitamins and nutrients for everyday wellness, it's all there in a single sugar-free stick. Guys, I know I've mentioned this before, but I absolutely love Liquid IV. They come in these little convenient to use little packets that you can drop right into your bottle of water, and you can feel the extra hydration they provide almost immediately. You can use them right before a workout. You can use them after you had a long night, maybe a long flight, and even when you're just feeling a little rundown. And guess what? Liquid IV tastes great too. And they have a whole variety of new flavors to try out. Lemon lime, green grape, pear, and one of my favorites, white peach. However you hydrate, grab your Liquid IV Hydration Multiplier sugar-free in bulk nationwide at Costco, or get 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com and use code Melissa at checkout. That's 20% off your first order when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code Melissa at liquidiv.com. Small, easy changes in your routine can have amazing results, and your secret weapon should definitely be Dime Beauty. Dime Beauty is clean, high-end skincare that is affordable, and it really, really works. Dime didn't sacrifice performance just to make it clean either. And when I say clean, Dime is 100% transparent about every single ingredient, so you can use their products daily with confidence. So I wanted to take the guesswork out of my routine. So I started with their Works collection. I don't have to remember the order of a 10-step routine. No one has time for that. I especially do not. The Work system is everything you need in one powerful package. It includes a gentle cleanser, a toner, 2 incredible serums, and 2 luxurious moisturizers. Dime has over 2 million happy customers, and their product reviews literally are all 5 stars. If you haven't checked out Dime, like, where have you been? Love your skin again. Go to dimebeautyco.com now and unlock 20% off when you use code Melissa20. That's dimebeautyco.com. Use Melissa20 for 20% off. You are going to love this stuff. All right. I need to get some hot takes on, listen, these are some hookups, right? That no one saw coming. So we need to talk about some pop culture hookups right now. Just give me your, like, I mean, with Taylor Swift and Travis, what are we thinking? What are we thinking with this?
Okay. So Taylor Swift is just like Joey Gorga, a marketing genius. And there is like, listen, she has a stranglehold on pop culture right now that she cannot miss. I mean, her tour sold out everywhere, millions and millions of dollars. And she went from dating this guy from a band, the 1975 Matty Healy, which we didn't like for her earlier in the summer. But now this Travis Kelce for the, a player for the Kansas City Chiefs, he was he was saying, hey, come here, come to the stadium. I watched you play. You watched me play. And I didn't think she was actually going to take him up on it, but she did and showed up not only in his private box, but hung out with his mom, hung out next to his mom the whole game and looked like she was having the time of her life. And then they shut down a restaurant right afterwards. They paid for everybody to get out of there. They paid for their meals and they just partied all night with his teammates and Taylor. And that is so much pressure for a first date. I listen, part of this is it could be like a little bit of PR for both of them. They could be playing like a marketing game, but it's what I love about pop culture is how amazing that we get to sit here and make memes of this and joke about this and see Taylor Swift be a fangirl after we all fangirl about her. I just kind of, the melding of those two worlds is just, it's like I wanted Taylor Swift to date somebody possibly in the Bravo universe just so we could realize she was watching Bravo. That would be amazing.
Can I just say, it seems like this might be her first step away from her artist era where she was just dating musicians and actors. And now could she possibly be in her athlete era? I mean, is that a good move for Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, then after that, it could be a politician era. Like, where do you go from here? Because she's only like 32 or 33 years old. She's got so much life left to live. And she has such an amazing, like, history of the men that she's dated in the past. And I love it. I'm like, go have a blast. Go have as much fun as you want as all, like, the celebrity dudes do it. She seems like truly an amazing person. I'm just curious, when you put this much pressure on a relationship where two people are superstars, I wonder how, like, does that really have legs? How can that really last? Because do you picture Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, like, sitting there, like, watching, like, binging a show on Netflix? Like, can you picture them being lazy together? That's a true test of a relationship. It
really is a true, right. When you're just eating popcorn and you're doing normal things and it's like Sunday afternoon and you're just like sitting outside. That's the true, I agree. Exactly. And that's where, I mean, I kind of like this for her. I like an athlete for her. I like someone who's not on stage, who's kind of like on a different stage than her stage. I think her athlete era could be the one for her. Yes.
The one?
But that's just,
oh my God, imagine Taylor Swift getting married. Talk about the wedding of the century. If she ever gets married, that thing would be bigger than like when Princess Diana and like Prince Charles got married. It was like the #1 rated marriage in terms of like viewing audiences. I mean, it would move mountains if she could actually get married and we could like pay to watch it.
I can't believe the caliber of star she is. If I'm like, has such a chokehold, like you said, like she really is so influential to like pop culture and just to so many people. Yeah. Like, what does it feel like to have that kind of power?
And she seems like she does. Yeah, she seems like she does everything right. She seems like she does it from the heart. And it's a perfect blend of artistry and commerce because she knows her way around making money. She loves the almighty dollar like we all do. I mean, she makes money hand over fist for everything that she's doing right now. So it's not like she's just out there just being purely an artist. She has her eye on the prize, but it's just, I just don't know how one person has this much going on and they seem to always make correct decisions. I was talking about on the show, she registered 35,000 new voters last week alone of like the 18 age range. Like how, like she just put out one Instagram post and got 35,000 new registrations to vote. She actually is doing an AMC movie of her Eras tour and they're predicting it's going to make $100 million in the first, it's going to compete with Marvel superhero movies. I mean, that's just amazing. So like her dating a football player, I mean, that's a nice little, it's just, she's like the perfect pop culture person right now because she has her hands in everything.
I mean, she's probably taking a whole new demo over right now with all these football fans.
Oh, this is how sad it was. I turned on the football game just to see if I could see Taylor in the box. Like I wasn't even watching. And then all of a sudden people were like, you got to turn on the Chiefs game. I was like, no way. I watched a football game just to see Taylor Swift. How insane is that? I mean, do you think like Kim Kardashian must be insanely jealous of somebody like Taylor Swift? Because Kim has her hands in everything too. But Kim, like Taylor Swift actually has like this art. She can sing and write a song. Like Kim is famous for being famous. She's amazing at it. She like pushes in all these different directions. But I sometimes wonder how other celebrities of that caliber, like, do they get jealous of Taylor Swift? Do they think like the more the merrier? Is there any kind of competition between female celebrities, I wonder sometimes.
Yeah, well, listen, I think that if anyone's jealous, you're going to look at the person who actually has major talent, that's able to write a song and do all of this and say, like, how does this person on the same caliber as me just for being famous, right? So I don't know. I think if anything, Kim Kardashian's sitting there going, I'm doing pretty damn well because I don't write music. I don't write songs, but somehow you all know my name and you all follow me on Instagram too. So there's that.
Kim is worth more. Kim is a multi-billionaire, and Taylor is not even a billionaire. Wait.
Is
Kim's
that
already
facts?
out-earned
Kim is
Taylor.
worth more than Taylor Swift.
That is fact. Well, because Skims, the valuation went from it just hit $1 billion about a year and a half ago. It doubled in valuation in the last 6 months. Kim Kardashian, if you hit the right product, which Kim did with Skims, it's just consistent money in the bank, and it just keeps growing. Her business acumen is just like her mom, Kris Jenner's. I mean, so you can make fun of the Kardashians all you want, but at the end of the day, she's got so much going on, and she even just started a private equity firm. People don't even realize all the stuff that Kim does behind the scenes. So it's going to be really interesting. We will live with the Kardashians for the rest of our lives in terms of pop culture, and they will all be billionaires.
Well, because
by the
they
time
just
they're
keep
done.
making more babies, and they just keep, they're popping at like gremlins. You touch them with water. Here comes another one. Get a little water on this one. Another one pops out. So they will be around forever. I'm a fan, by the way. I'm fine with it. I just think that it's so moving to become famous in the way that they have no one has ever been famous for being famous like this before.
I mean, they started with selling tummy tea.
Flat tummy tea.
Back in the days when they would sell tummy tea.
What the hell happened to me?
Exactly.
I sold flat tummy tea over and over and over and over. I don't have billions. I don't have any Kardashian money. So what did I do wrong?
Not yet. I mean, you got to find the right tummy tea to say no. I mean, it's just very interesting. Kris Jenner steered that ship. She had always planned for domination in terms of where they're at now. It's just that most people don't have the wherewithal to really stick to it and make it happen. And all that credit to Kris, but she trained Kim well. You see Khloe, Kourtney, Kylie. I mean, it really is just groundbreaking, but there will never be a family like that out there again, because I think there's been such blowback about how they got famous, even though I think they deserve to be there. But it's going to be interesting to see what that did to pop culture. And with the invention of social media, as you guys know, with the Housewives, it kind of just changed the game, and they learned to play that game very well, and they set the rules. But it'll be interesting to see how they hold on to fame.
Agreed.
As decades
Do you
pass.
know, are you aware of, she's a TikToker, Alex Earl?
Yeah, Alex, she was on Stern, actually. I know Alex Earl. I'm not a big TikTok person because it sucks me in
that
so deeply that I can't do that. But she's another person. My friend was trying to tell me why she loves her so much, because I was like, I don't get it. I don't. So, she just puts on makeup and tells about her night out and stuff, and it gets addictive.
I believe she's also dating a football player, and I heard she has a pretty amazing extended family and story as well, with her mother and father got a divorce, but now they're friends, and I don't know. I think maybe we might get another Kardashian clan possibly out of this Jersey family. I don't know. I heard this family might be an up and coming Kardashian type family, by the way.
But Melissa, I think there's been a lot of families along the time that the D'Amelios and things like that have tried to be a family like the Kardashians. But Alex Earl is different in terms, the pull she has over TikTok right now. But in a lot of ways, families like that owe to the Kardashians, but they also owe to reality shows, like to you guys, because what Alex Earl does is kind of a little reality show on her TikTok. This is a format that I think Bravo kind of really, I think they paved the way for things like this, but they created TikTok in a way. We're invested in these people's stories, and it's really day and date. With your season of Jersey, we have to wait 7 months to see what all the hubbub is about. But with TikTok, she can put it out the next day of what she did the night before. It's so immediate.
You know why they love her too? Because she'll show you like, look at my face. I'm all broken out. Like, look how, and girls look up to her because she's real. She'll show that it's like a reality show. She'll be in Greece. She'll show you where she's going to dinner, what she's wearing at dinner, when she fell down the stairs at Greece, how she got drunk and hung over the night before. She has a reality show on TikTok. Right. So I think that's an awesome way for you families out there who want to be reality stars. Start on TikTok. We will then like see your little shows and a producer might pick it up. You never know. Right.
I mean, that's what, by the way, I mean, you should start producing families, Melissa. You should go scout families.
I would be an amazing producer.
I mean, do you ever think about getting into that with all these years doing this? Do you ever go like, well, I don't know how much longer I want to stay in this. I mean, why not try to do not a show based around you, but like find somebody, a family that you love and produce it yourself?
Honestly, I do think about that. I speak to my agent about that all the time. And I do think that's something that I would want to lean into next, because for the producers would laugh on the Jersey Housewives. They would tell you, I mini produce constant. I'm always like, I'm very big on like what's going on behind the scenes. If I don't like a plant, I'm moving it. I'm big on scene work. I like mini produce myself all the time. I love it. I actually love it. I love the behind the scenes. I don't know. So I could actually see that. But talking about Housewives, I want to talk more Housewives with you. So I've been sleeping on this Blissy pillowcase, and let me tell you, I did not know that a pillowcase had anti-aging qualities. Set yourself up with better sleep with Blissy's award-winning 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. Seriously, guys, silk is what's best for your hair and for your skin. It reduces frizz, tangles, and prevents breakage. That's because it keeps the moisture in your hair and keeps your skincare products and natural moisture on your skin, while cotton literally absorbs it all right off your face. There are a lot of companies out there that claim satin can be an alternative to silk, but that is not the case. No pun intended. Satin is made from synthetic fibers like polyester, while silk is a luxurious all-natural fiber. Blissy pillowcases are made of 100% mulberry silk, which is naturally hypoallergenic, so you could sleep more comfortably without itching or the rashes. Guys, I've had this pillowcase for a few weeks now, and I cannot overstate how nice this feels against your skin. And it never leaves my hair in a rat's nest in the morning, and I know you guys know what I'm talking about with this. Everybody loves them. They have a ton of different prints and colors, and they make great gifts because there's an option for literally everyone. Yes, men love them too. They have over 1 million raving fans, and you could be next. Try now risk-free for 60 nights at blissy.com/ondisplaypod and get an additional 30% off with code ONDISPLAYPOD. That's BLISSY.com/ONDISPLAYPod and use code ONDISPLAYPod to get an additional 30% off. Your skin and hair will thank you. Where are you at with Salt Lake City? Are we watching Salt Lake City?
Yes, of course. I do nothing with my life, Melissa. I watch all of these shows. Salt Lake City, you know, I thought it was going to be in real danger after last season and Jen Shaw going to jail or prison. I didn't know if it was going to be able to recover, and I thought Jen had such a real hold on that show in a bad way that, you know, I was like, well, are they going to let these other women's stories be told? Are we still going to be interested in it? And I got to tell you, this season has been fabulous. It's completely bizarre. It feels like a fever dream. Like, I mean, it really, like, Meredith Marks was doing 30 different accents in this last episode. Heather Gay got so hammered, she peed and puked herself. And it was a classic Housewives episode. Like, it was firing on all cylinders. But I'm happy to say that I'm loving it. Are you watching it?
I have not watched the season because I am filming my own, and it's been very rough to watch everything. But I do like Salt Lake City.
Oh.
I do want to get into it. I did watch all of the new New York because I had to see what was going on over there. What about Mary Cosby? Are you happy that she's back? What do we think? Did you miss her on this show?
Mary Cosby, a lot of people have, like, they're up in arms about because she said a lot of problematic things, which I totally understand. But I think Bravo is like, the production is doing an amazing thing where she only says one or two things each episode and they're hysterical. And then she like literally walks away. Like one of her lines last week was, why are you talking to me? I don't like when you talk to me, and then walked away. And it's a really perfect, it's like those moments where you need a little levity, where you need kind of a little humorous thing.
Right.
Like, I don't think she could carry, like, I don't think we would ever, at this point, ever again see her family life.
Right.
Like, you know how we see your kids and Joey and all that. We couldn't do that with Mary Cosby, but if she is used in like a small sprinkling here and there, I think it's great. It's a good laugh moment here and there. Like, it just can't get too deep with her, but I think it was necessary coming out of the Jen Shaw season to have her, and I think it's working so far, but we'll see.
What about the new girls, Monica and Angie?
Okay, Angie is trying way too hard. She wants it so bad. It's like when I always compare housewives. Like, you can tell when they want it, and sometimes they push too hard. So they're trying, like, you can see them throw everything against the wall. She's trying to get into fights with Meredith so bad. She's trying to wear the wildest fashions. She wore these sunglasses that looked like windshields. They basically took up 3/4 of her face. And it's just, it's funny to watch in a sense because she's trying so hard, but I want her to relax into it. I just feel like she feels like she's fighting for her life on that show, and she just needs to chill out. Like, just relax into it a little bit more.
Well, you know what? That's what happens with these shows that are established and then they go and cast some new people. They're already fans, right? It's hard not to be a fan of the show or to know what the deal is or how. So it's hard to get like the authentic. It never usually happens their first season. I feel like we get to know them better their second season when they're like less about, oh my God, I cannot believe I'm filming and I cannot believe I'm here on the Housewives and like, let me put all my outfits on and do all the things. And it's like, we don't get their authentic self until their second season, you know?
Well, Melissa, you're totally right. I always think it's so interesting that now we've had these shows for like 16 years, is that you have people that are raised on these shows. So they come in and they think this is what they saw on their favorite episodes. So they're going to immediately flip a table. They're going to immediately do this because it worked on all these things. And you're right. It takes away from the genuineness. Now, Monica, the other, like, she's first season, and I think she's doing great. I think she is actually being genuine. She's, we're already meeting her mom and her kids, and I find her story a lot more compelling because you can tell she's just being, I mean, listen, it's still a reality show, but I feel like she's being more of herself. So I root for her. I root for somebody trying to fit in with a group or trying to like buy an expensive purse so they can feel they fit in with these other ladies of wealth. I mean, those things are kind of interesting to watch. And they become the people that the audience roots for. So I think she's actually working right now for me.
She is. I love all her crazy storylines. She's got a lot of like craziness going on.
Yeah. I mean, she slept with her,
ex-brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It was
for like a year and a half.
Yes, it was her ex. Yeah, that's insanity. But I love that she's honest and she admits it.
It's amazing.
And we're getting authentic self. That's what it's about, right? Let's talk about New York for a minute. Do you think Bravo did the right thing recasting a whole entire show? Do you miss the old cast? Do you think this one is working?
Of course.
Give me your thoughts.
Of course I miss the old cast. Everybody will say that. Like, they're legends. But at the same time, we were going to have to make a break for it at some point in terms of they tried to bring on Leah McSweeney and Ebony K. Williams. And it was also a different time during the pandemic and things of that nature. So many factors. And also just Ramona is such a grenade. You never know how she's like, I mean, you filmed with her. Like, you just never know what she's going to be like. And it's kind of dangerous and that's exciting. But also it's like hearing Elton John play Rocket Man for the 1,000th time. Like, how many times are we going to hear Ramona do the same things? So I love meeting new women. And I think we're ignorant to think that there are not new women out there that are amazing, that have amazing stories. Now, Roni, it might not be the most exciting season, but I'm loving it because I do get to know new women and they're setting a foundation. So, you know, maybe next season when the craziness pops off, we really are rooting for these women already. But I imagine when you watch it, I mean, this has got to be like training wheels. I mean, your show is so intense and Roni is like they're fighting over phones and dinner reservations.
Yes, but I agree with everything you just said about Roni. And I agree that the girls are legends, but that this is a fresh new cast that I truly believe we are being set up to learn who they are, love who they are, hear their stories. Your first season is not like a knockdown, drag out craziness, but we're learning new women. And I actually enjoyed it so much. I love it. I can relate to them. Personally, I like to watch the like I know OC gets like the like you hear the screaming.
Yeah.
You hear the screaming from the other room. My husband walks in. He's like, what are you watching? Like, it's like you have to be in a certain place to watch OC, like that you're like, cause it's a lot of screaming and yelling over. You don't even know what they're yelling over, right?
Yeah.
But I appreciated this New York cast showing us the moms that they are, the sex they're not having, the sex they are having, their husbands' relationships. I love that. That to me is like real stories, real people. I can relate. I don't necessarily need to watch women screaming and throwing wine on each other and yelling so loud that I have to like lower the volume on my TV because then I'm now like, what am I watching? Like, and I enjoyed New York. That's all I'm going to say. I really enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. Do you think that do you think there could be a cast shakeup, or do you think that would be a big mistake?
I've watched every season of Atlanta. I mean, like, there are so many great women on this cast of Atlanta, but something's not working. And I think sometimes the fandom would get a little too intense of like, fire this person, fire that person. This is what I would do.
Right.
And at the end of the day, we don't
that.
really know how, like, we wouldn't know the first thing about literally how to put these shows together, but you can tell when there's magic or there isn't. And this season, for some, like, it just felt like they all weren't listening to each other and interacting in a way that is kind of magical. Like, cause you know it when you watch it and you feel it. Like, there have been like seasons of Atlanta that have just been so insanely good, but there are certain episodes, like a couple seasons ago, they had the Bolo episode. It was in the middle of like a so-so season, but that episode with the male stripper, it was like a magical episode. Like, sometimes it really works. And I don't know what that formula is, but I think there's some tinkering that can be done on Atlanta, but there's just been so many seasons of this show, and it's such a historical show, but I think we make the mistake, just like in Roni, where we keep wanting, like, we need Nene Leakes, we need this, we need that. And they're legends, but I think that there are amazing women that we have yet to meet that are going to blow us away, that are just as fascinating, just as nutty, like, just that will pull at our heartstrings, that we'll champion. And I want sometimes those risks to be taken, but it's just hard because you got to get people on board with like all new people. And that sometimes takes 2 seasons, like you said.
Right. What are you thinking of our Jersey right now? Like the new girls and all of this. We have Rachel, we have Danielle, we got Jen Fessler. I know the Melissa Teresa thing is rough. Like, it's just
you guys,
years and years and years.
I get scared to even comment on you guys because I can already see the hate comments coming. No, but it's like, I've watched every season, every episode, and
Are you a Jersey watcher? Do you watch Jersey?
Oh, every episode. Are you kidding me?
Okay, good.
Like, I've paid attention to like, I know all the stuff that supposedly is happening right now. And listen, I like Danielle. I thought Danielle had a really strong first part of the season. I thought she started to peter out and filming started to get to her. She started crying a lot toward, that sounds weird. I liked her family. I liked all of that stuff. Jen Fessler was great comic relief. She's somebody that I'm interested to see a little bit more of. And then, of course, I'm sorry, I'm blanking on her name. The other newbie from
Rachel Fuda.
Rachel. Now, Rachel, I thought had a slow start, but then I really started to come around to Rachel by the end. I mean, she was like calling things out. She, where I thought, Danielle was starting to peter out. I thought, Fuda was really stepping up. And I don't know. It's interesting. It's like we have to normalize feeling different ways about these characters each season. Like, we have bad seasons of our life. Like, last year was a horrible year for me. It'd be a horrible season to watch me on. But sometimes maybe this season's going to be my season. We have to normalize liking somebody one season and maybe not liking them the next. But really, I'm more fascinated how you guys feel about these ladies. That's the thing, is that then we start thinking, that's why blogs are so important. We start thinking about like, well, how do you feel about these ladies? How do you feel about Danielle now? That's what we find fascinating.
Right. And that's all the stuff you're going to just have to watch on the show to get all of those fun answers. But no, I do think we have a great, strong cast right now. And that's all we'll say about Jersey for today. OC, give me a little piece of OC. Is it, a lot of people are saying that it's in its Renaissance era. Like, do you agree with that? What are you thinking?
It's in a Renaissance in the sense of the last 2 seasons weren't great. So like, yeah, it's good, but Tamra has, I keep using the word stranglehold too much. Tamra has a stranglehold on OC. Tamra came back, and I am shocked that everybody has just fallen in line under everything that she says and does. And I find it interesting as an audience member, because you got to hand it to Tamra. I mean, truly, she's done amazing work, but you can't trust her. You can't, like, she says she's your friend and then she'll throw you under the bus. I mean, she does these classic housewives moves. What shocks me is that these other women fall for it every time, because I think Tamra's one of those people, her best friend is the show. That's her loyalty is to the show, not to the other ladies. And I think the other ladies forget that. Like Shannon Bedore, she was upset at Tamra at the beginning of the season. She was like, it's going to take a lot before I can trust Tamra again. 3 episodes in, Shannon Bedore's like holding her, like hugging her, saying she loves her again. And I'm like, girl, take your time. Don't like rush into this relationship again. But she's really talented at this.
Yeah, this is her. She is a professional. I would say
she's an assassin. She's a professional assassin.
Yeah, she is a professional. She understands the assignment. Everyone sees that Tamra understands the assignment. And I think that's just how she rolls, you know? Imagine an app designed to make you use it less. Seems counterproductive, no? Well, Apartments.com's instant alert feature works exactly that way. Instead of scanning rental listings a million times a day, simply set and forget your search to whatever you're looking for in a place and let Apartments.com do the rest. From pet-friendly apartments to balconies to in-unit ACs, Apartments.com's powerful search tools let you know when your perfect combination of features you're seeking is listed. So you don't have to power through rental descriptions one by one. With more rental listings than anywhere else, Apartments.com's instant alerts mean you can spend less time online looking for the perfect place and more time doing you. And Apartments.com has more than just apartments. They have all kinds of homes, from houses to townhouses to condos to apartments and everything in between. They've helped millions of renters find their perfect place to live, the ones that check off all their own personal boxes. So check it out. Apartments.com, the place to find a place. On Display with Melissa Gorga is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Hey guys, whether you love true crime, comedies, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue, right? And guess what? Now you can call the shots on your auto insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now, that's something you're going to want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. All right, so just listen. To wrap this up, I want to play a fun game with you because you work with Betches, and I absolutely love them. We all do. Who doesn't love Betches? They're a huge part of pop.
Really
amazing. Huge part of pop culture always. We came up with a game, and it's called Who's the Bad Betch? Okay. So basically it's just a little fun little game. So I'm going to name a Housewives franchise, and I want you to tell me who your favorite housewife or your baddest Betch is on that cast. Give me the baddest Betch from Orange County.
Baddest Betch has got to be Tamra, even though, God, this is hard because it's not my favorite, but she's the baddest Betch. She brings it. Like, I will say, like, my favorite to watch is Shannon Bedore, but she's not the baddest Betch. She's like, you can tell she's like, you root for her, but Tamra, like, baddest Betch on OC. I hate to say that.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair. I like the little explanation with it. We could keep going with that. Atlanta.
Atlanta, the current cast or old the baddest Betch, you gotta, I mean, Nene Leakes will always just be historical. If you're going to go with current cast, Kenya Moore.
Kenya, you gotta love Kenya. Kenya brings it. She twirls. She's another one that understands the assignment. I'm sorry, she does.
I mean, truly, just she's iconic herself. Yeah.
Beverly Hills.
This is another Beverly Hills. I would have to say the baddest Betch would. Lisa Vanderpump. I mean, she gets thrown under the bus a lot, but I thought she understood the assignment. And I think Lisa Rinna and Kyle got her off the show in some ways. And I would be so curious to see what she would bring now if she ever were to come back. But I think she was so pulling strings behind the scenes in such an interesting way that I would be curious to see what she has learned in her downtime and just doing Vanderpump Rules. But I think for a while in the beginning, she was so crucial to the success of Beverly Hills.
I agree. Dubai.
Oh my God. Oh gosh, this is Dubai. You know what? This is not going to be a popular. I think Caroline Stanberry. I think Caroline Stanberry is a quiet, bad Betch. I mean, I think she brings it in a different way than some of the other housewives that you would use that moniker for. But I think she is calculated. I think she is charming. I think she thinks things through, but I also would never want to mess with her. I think there's just a class level about her that's different and makes her a bad Betch.
I agree with you on that also. Miami.
Ooh, Miami. You got to go with Alexia. Alexia, it reminds me a little bit of Jersey in a way. Like, she will get into it with you. I feel like you could not have a good argument with Alexia because she would just see red and then just nail you to the wall. And that's really scary to deal with potentially.
Instead of going through the facts and going pound for pound on the actual facts, which is where it was kind of like how I like to argue. I like to go round for round, pound for pound with facts. But then when they get all over the place, it doesn't work for me. And I just turn left and walk out of the building type thing.
Well, Alexia reminds me of somebody that you are close to on your cast.
Yes,
and there's
everybody
a certain way of arguing. Yes.
Yes, which is, got you. Okay, Potomac.
Potomac. Oh, you know what? I think the baddest Betch on that show right now is Candace. I wouldn't have said that a couple seasons ago, but I think Candace actually has really good reads. I think she's gotten certain things in check, but I also would not want to mess with her because I think she's another one of those. If you piss her off, you are going persona non grata. She will destroy you. And I think she is getting more powerful each season.
Okay. New York.
Current cast or old cast?
Current
cast, the baddest Betch on there. You know what? This is nobody's going to agree with me, but I watched Jessel today at Watch What Happens Live. And I will say, I think she plays into this goofiness. I think she is way more calculated. And in the second season, I think she is going to really pop off in certain ways that we don't expect. This could be a completely wrong prediction, but something in me tells me she is not as silly and goofy as everybody wants to point her out as. And I think she is getting warmed up and she's going to be super comfortable the second season and potentially destroy people.
I've seen that on social as well, that she was kind of that girl that no one expected, and they're kind of getting vibes from her and never, they didn't expect her to be such a star that she is. And she kind of was a breakout star with the New York. And I do think that next season, we're going to see more of all those girls. I said that and I say it again. All right, go Jersey Housewives. Give me the baddest Betch.
Baddest Betch, Joey Gorga, hands down. Hands down. Joey Gorga is my favorite housewife on Jersey. He brings it every week. That is my favorite. And I think that's a safe answer.
You know what? That is a very safe answer. And I don't think anyone would argue you on that at all. Joey Gorga wins for sure. Oh my God. Last but not least, Salt Lake City. Who is your breakout star there? Who is your baddest Betch?
Baddest Betch on Salt Lake City. I've got to go. Oh my goodness. Lisa Barlow. No, yeah, baddest Betch. I got to say Meredith Marks. Okay, Meredith Marks. Lisa Barlow is somebody that is one of my favorites, but she doesn't fight in an interesting way. Or Meredith Marks will get a little tipsy and she'll be like, "You can leave." She starts getting different voices. She gets intense about it, and I find that just real. She don't cross me, but then she'll do a British accent. It is truly amazing to watch, and I think she is very confident this season. Potentially that's a bad thing, but I think she's amazing to watch.
You know what I hear all the time? One thing that's super funny is that a lot of Housewives fans say to me, well, which one can I relate to and do I want to be friends with? Or which one do I think brings it on reality TV and is just a great reality person. And there's usually two answers to that. There's usually, and I've noticed that with a lot of people, a lot of guests that I've had, there's one that you can relate to, that you want to watch because you relate to them, because you want to be like in some kind of way, or you inspire you. And then there's one that you're just like, she's out of her fucking mind. I just want to watch her because she makes great reality TV. I mean, would you say that that's true? Is that usually true for most cases with all of these shows?
Definitely. Yeah. Because there are people that you watch, like, I watched you on the reunion last, and you were explaining everything. And I was like, yes, exactly. Yes, exactly. But sometimes we will go with the person that is batshit crazy and saying just like insane things because it's entertaining to watch. And that's a dangerous thing, because these are supposed to be reality shows. And I think sometimes I get frustrated from a logical standpoint of, wait a sec, there's right and wrong. Why can't we just accept this is right, this is wrong? And I think the fandom is so interesting because they'll be like, no, she's wrong. And I love that about her. That makes her right. And that's confusing.
Isn't that insane? That's the love for Bravo shows. That's what makes our world go round. I mean, you gotta love it. Ryan, this has been a total blast. I'm so happy that I got to meet you. You're awesome. You understood the assignment today.
Yeah. Was this okay? Did you have a good time? I mean, thank you so much for having me, Melissa. This is truly, I mean, what a great start to my week. I can't tell you how excited I am to talk to you, and I hope I did good for you in the show. And I'm sorry if I got too excited, you guys. I'm just so excited to be here talking to Melissa. So thank you so much for this opportunity, truly.
No, Ryan, I'm listening to your podcast too, because let me just tell you, you are so entertaining. I love how you speak. Everything about you is awesome. Make sure all you guys do yourself a favor and check out Ryan's podcast. Don't forget, it's called So Bad It's Good with Ryan Bailey. He's part of Betch's media now. So it's very exciting. And I am just like so happy we finally got to meet. And the fact that Joe Gorga just decides to like stroll into the room. Wait till I tell him that you gave him Baddest Betch. He's going to love that also.
I'm going to go to the desert and find a cactus and take a photo just like Joey Gorga in
DM
homage.
him a nice big cactus that he can replace the current one with, because we need new content, Ryan. We need new content.
I'll bring it to his stand-up show. I'll bring a new cactus for him.
Oh my God. Thank you so much for coming on, and hopefully we will see you soon. You have to come to the comedy show.
If that's a real offer, I am there.
It is a true offer. I'm going to get all your info. Everyone out there, don't forget Joe Gorga has a comedy show here in New Jersey, October 14th. You can go over to his Instagram to get tickets for that as well. Ryan will be there. You're coming. So,
woo!
Yes, I'll be there with you. I'll be sitting right next to you, like holding my ears and my chest, watching this comedy show. So, but Ryan, thank you so much for coming on today, and I'll see you on the 14th.
Okay. Bye, guys.
What a fun episode, guys. And Ryan's right about guys getting into the Bravo thing. I've heard that from so many people, that their boyfriends and their husbands care just as much about these housewife shows as they do. So anyone out there that introduced your man to the world of Bravo, you are good in my book. Have a great week, y'all. I love you guys so much. We'll be back next week with another fun episode. And until then, take care. Ciao.
So, what's it like to be the mom of 4 little girls and the wife of an NFL quarterback? Well, it's absolute insanity in the best possible way. But you can hear that for yourself when you listen to my podcast, The Morning After, with me, Kelly Stafford. And yes, Matthew joins sometimes too. It's parenting, it's marriage, it's friendships, and it's football. It's our life. So check out The Morning After with me, Kelly Stafford, at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Pluto TV has over 300 channels and thousands of TV shows and movies for whatever mood you're in. Just open the app and something good will already be playing because it's curated by people who love TV as much as you do. So if you're in the mood for comedy, there's 18 channels that'll make you laugh. Looking for drama? We got so much of it, you'll cry tears of joy. Reality shows, game shows, sports, Star Trek, and even more Star Trek. No matter what mood you're in, there's something on Pluto TV. Just download the app and start streaming. Pluto TV. Stream now, pay never.